Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Beautiful, blessed Monday. We're halfway through July, just about. That's crazy. Um, Hi guys. I want to make sure that everybody's seeing me everywhere. Holler at a player if you see me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Instagram. Now you should see me. Hi. Okay. This is a very important one. So I don't want anybody to miss out on what we're talking about today. All right. Y'all hear me? Y'all see me? Y'all see me? Y'all hear me? Fantastic. Okay. Well, hi, tickety tockety. We're solo today, so you got me. All right. So today's episode. Why does everything look so little? Okay. Y'all can't see that, so that's not your business. Today's episode, I really want to pose a question that I didn't realize was such a invisible thread. I've talked about invisible threads before. It's like things happen for a reason and you're exactly in the spot where you're supposed to be, you know, exactly how it's supposed to go. You cross paths with exactly who you're supposed to cross paths with. So I really want to know if anybody has ever felt you prayed for something, right? You prayed for something, you wanted something, you working for something, and then you felt really scared when it came. If have you heard the saying like don't pray for strength and then get mad when God puts weight on you. Or another one I like is you were praying to eat and then you were mad when your plate was full. It's success is not always super comfortable. And as we talk about, as we talk about a lot on my channel, discomfort is where the growth happens. Butterflies are the mascot of lupus, and no one thinks about how long it takes or how hard the journey is for them to get to be as beautiful as they are. So I've been thinking about this a lot, this specific topic, through conversations I've been having with my client. And I realized that this is so common, and it's not just a chronic illness thing, it's an everybody thing. It's a worldwide life thing. And I realized that I've lived this, and I wanted to talk to y'all, my beautiful audience, about if you felt this. Oh, by the by, hi, I'm Tenille. If you've never met me, I got so many things to announce too. Okay, if you've never met me, what I do is I guide people through reclaiming their identity and designing a full life even after diagnosis. So, hi, you see me. Good. I'm glad. Thank you so much for being here. So, that topic was reverberating in my head. And I have a calendar that has topics, but I had to switch everything to talk about this because this is something that isn't just affecting my lupus community. This is affecting everyone I know in some capacity or has in the past, right? So, because sometimes healing is scary, sometimes success is scary. You get used to a certain kind of pain. You've ever heard of another saying that's like, a familiar hell is better than a unfamiliar heaven. It's like when people are being abused and then they are too scared to leave, not just because they think they could get hurt, because they know this pain. What if the outside world is a different kind of pain? Or even like when you're born, you're in a stomach that you definitely cannot stay in for the rest of your life. You have outgrown that stomach. You are cramped by the time it's time for you to come out. But you cry when that cold air hits you because what is this? It's unfamiliar. This is new, right? Not knowing that you're about to have an insane human experience, a life that you get to do all kinds of stuff that you want to do. Taste food and breathe air and swim in bigger bodies of water than a stomach, all kinds of things, right? So whatever your battle is, for me, I'll talk about me because it's me, right? Years of being told bad news on repeat. Your blood count looks like this. You need this procedure. You're never going to do this. Don't you dare get on an airplane. Your blood clots so easily. Don't do this. You'll be on this medication for the rest of your life. You may never walk again. Oh, it happened again. This time you're definitely not going to walk again. Friends that I thought would stick by me through anything that are like, oh, you can't come out this Saturday? Cool, I will never call you again. Oh, stop inviting her. She can't hang. Oh, don't visit her at the hospital. Hospitals are terrible. I hate hospitals. Like, hearing all these things on repeat, you start to live on a kind of survival mode that at the time I had no idea that I was in. The survival mode was just stay alive. Prove them wrong, just stay alive. And I didn't even realize it at the time that I was not living. I was not giving myself a chance to experience all the amazing things that life had to offer because I was living in a constant low-grade fear. Now, it took a long time for me to it took a long time for me to escape that thought pattern. It was like a loop, right? Like, do just enough so they can say that you're alive and you're technically proving everyone wrong, right? But don't do too much where people have high expectations of you or you have high expectations of yourself. And then you let everyone down. Things are terrible and it's all your fault. Okay? So maybe that's not for you with disease, but that could be with so many other things. You're at a certain level at the job and you really want to be promoted. But with that promotion, the expectations are higher. The pay is better, but to get that pay, you're longer hours or more responsibility. When things go wrong, they're looking at you. You don't want them to look at you. That kind of thing. It's the same thing, but with your health, right? If they expect that I'm going to be good every day, and I wake up one morning and I cannot fulfill their expectations, or I cannot fulfill my expectations, or things are not perfect, I might as well just lay here on this bed. I might as well not just try. I might as well give up that dream that's been haunting me for years, right? So, let me see. I have a few ways that I get past that, but I do want to sound off in the comments if any of this sounds familiar to you, if you've ever felt this way about a job, motherhood, caretaking, caregiving, school. If any of this is familiar to you and you felt this in your lifetime, sound off in the comments. I might be asking you guys some questions. Let me make sure I stay on track, okay? So, with us, with us as in sick people, lupus people, those type of people, it can become your identity. Sickness and disease can become your identity. I fought really hard against labeling myself this sick girl, not realizing I was living that. Like, that's what people were seeing outwardly because that's all I was talking about. That's all it was performative. Like, look at me, I'm doing this even though I'm sick, and expected a cookie where really I should be only congratulating myself and not proving it to anybody. Like, if you know something, you don't have to prove it. Like, I know that I'm a great podcaster, okay? And I don't have to prove that to anyone because the stats are there and I'm confident in that. And when my show is not as big as some other people's show, but I know I'm on my way and I have no reason to stand in the middle of the room and be like, I'm a podcaster, and why aren't you looking at me? My podcast is great. Because I know, that I'm doing my best and I'm growing and learning and that kind of thing, right? So find your identity somewhere else besides being the sick girl. That your identity, you are still whatever wonderful, beautiful, amazing thing that you were, okay? It's not because you chose that identity, but it's because in that middle of surviving, it became your identity. And we need to break away from that. Let go of it. That is not where you were meant to be. I identify as a child of God. I identify as a artistic person. I an artist, a musician. I identify as a smart person. I identify as a courageous person. I identify as, a kind person. My identity is way more than lupus or chronic illness or any of this, right? Your identity is not your diagnosis. Write that down. That's the note. Your identity is not your diagnosis. Your diagnosis may be your story, but it doesn't define who you are. It is not your identity. Okay? Write that down. Take notes. Notes. Okay. Awesome. So why success can be so scary, even though it's something that you were praying for and hoping for and working towards. And success being feeling better, looking more human, starting any new project. All of that can feel so scary because growth comes from discomfort. So what you get to work on is self-trust. Now, self-trust isn't, it doesn't mean that you believe everything is going to work like exactly right and your decisions are correct every time, 100% of the time. That's not exactly what self-trust means. Self-trust is trusting that whatever decisions you make, however it goes, you're going to be okay. Whatever you do, you're going to be okay. And that's something I literally have to talk myself into every time there's a big decision, there's a big project, or whatever it is. I genuinely speak out loud, or I'm saying it in my head, like, okay, this is going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. I'm going to be okay. Because everything feels so life and death to me, because so long I've been told this is life and death. This is life or death. This is life or death. And really what it is life and death is in the tongue. What I am saying to myself every day, these conversations I have in my head or in my mirror or out loud, these are the most important conversations that will ever happen because they are the most consistent. I hear them all day, every day. A doctor will tell me one thing, but if I take what they said and replay it in my head 87 times, I'm praying for the bad thing to happen. Even though you don't actively realize it's a prayer, you are praying. Worrying about something on repeat in your head is praying for it to happen. Why not, on repeat, pray and think about the thing I want to happen? Acknowledging that I'm going to be okay. Trusting myself. I don't know that doctor. I don't know what they've been through that got them here. I know me. I know my body. And I know chronic illness is like a continuing exercise of not trusting yourself, of not knowing what's going to happen. But realize everything that's happening is happening for you. This journey is not meant to be a straightforward one. It is not meant to be straight up and to the top. Like, there's no character building that way. There is no, need for faith or hope, or who do you know that might be watching your journey, waiting to take their next step to see what you're doing. It's possible, right? Like, somebody is too scared or too nervous to, or thinks it's not a good idea, and then they see you do it with all the things stacked against you. They see you do it and realize, wow, maybe that's possible for me, right? And I want everyone to also realize that healing isn't like I say happily healed all the time. And healing isn't just the capacity to handle more stress or to do more or be more. Healing is the capacity to hold the most joy, to do it anyways, to feel, to be able to harness those good feelings and keep them, right? Like you could be successful in any little thing that to someone else isn't success, but to you, you know that that was something that you had a battle with, right? So even if that's just changing your state of mind, the way that you think, the your knee jerk reactions, changing all that, that's real healing to me. That's why we are happily healed. Okay, so if that is your goal and you're afraid to get there, because if you get there, the fall will break your heart. That time is going to pass anyways, right? That pursuit is going to be of nothing if you don't allow yourself to hold on to that goal and really accomplish it, really go for it. So, man, there's so many things that I want to say about this topic. That's like this. I guess it's imposter syndrome, right? I guess it's like what everyone says about it. But I really need y'all to feel me. I really need y'all to understand the gravity of the situation. You could be robbing yourself of the rest of your life if you do not follow through with building that business, with, going on that date, with, graduating, applying to the job, applying to that school. Yep, Bren, that's right. Who says, what's the workaround? It's so true. It's so true. So now, these questions that you have, like, what if I do this thing? It's very common, like I said. So like, if you're not crazy for thinking these things, now after you think those things, that's where the work is. How quickly, it's measured by how quickly can you switch that thought around to, okay, yes, I thought like, oh, what if I start this business and it doesn't work? To, yeah, when this business works, I'm going to do this. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be fine. How quickly can you go from tragedy and disaster and like, oh no, what if it doesn't happen? Oh, help, to, oh, if it doesn't work, I got this. And this is plan A through Z. And I know what I'm doing. I trust myself. It's going to be fine. I have support. It's a state of mind. It is a state of mind. It is you deciding that no matter what, it's going to be okay. It's not, don't ever think these negative things. It's what happens after the negative thought. Map it out. That's right. Map it out. Once you start being active in the thought of like, okay, if that happens, I'll be okay. And this is how your stress level goes down. You never like work really, really hard at something and then you get this big rush when it's happening. And after it's happening, you get like this big, like oof, like when a wave comes in and it pulls back out. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Of like, wow, I'm working. I get it. And you're on this high. And then all of the, like, you need to reset and reassess your everything. That is the buildup that people are afraid of that big buildup. And then the release of it all is what I think people are really afraid of. At least talking to the people I've been talking to. Your brain is always trying to protect you from disappointment and to keep you safe. So I want to emphasize this to 1,000 that this is so common. I'm not talking to anybody to make you feel bad about this thought process. It's a loop that we put ourselves on, that it's literally your brain trying to keep you safe. Your brain doesn't know what's out there. And the human body is just here to keep you safe. Every reaction that your body has, the inflammation and the pain, and it's sensors to keep you safe. It's bumper cars, right? It's just trying to keep you in the middle. But you're on the bumper car just bouncing back and forth, whiplash and help. Like, but the what are they? Bumpers on the side are there to keep you on the straight and narrow path, right? Like it's now what we do with those signs, those bumps in the road, you get those signs, right? What you do with that is where the magic happens. Because if you just are screaming and being bumped around by life and like, this is terrible and I hate it, you're not learning anything, you're not growing anything. Having any kind of growth is uncomfortable. And when you hit that discomfort is where the growth is happening, okay? You have a baby, those 9 months are a roller coaster of discomfort. And why? Because you're growing a baby in your belly. Then the birth, that is max discomfort. Your whole body is going through a traumatic experience for this reward of this beautiful baby. Now that's more than a metaphor. That's real life. Every time that you're in emotional, physical, mental pain or discomfort, not pain, discomfort, it is helping you to get where you need to go. Do not waste it. Now, so helplessness is a familiar feeling when you're a chronically ill person. When you come out of the hospital, I'll say me, and we say when we. So thank you for the like, guys. Thank you so much. When I came out of the hospital, everything was scary. Or like I hear when people come out of like prison, it's scary because they're used to everybody telling them where to go and what to do and what time to eat and blah, 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 right? This is the test, though. Like, can you trust yourself after not being able to for so long to do what you were meant to do? Oh, thank you so much. Now, if you are accustomed to, I'll give you an example. I came out of the hospital and I didn't know how to work my phone, right? My brain, I had a touchscreen BlackBerry. I thought it was the thing. I was her, okay? And I had a touchscreen BlackBerry and I did not know how to work my phone. And my mother, forgetting that I had just spent multiple months in the hospital, was like, oh, why don't you blah, blah, blah. Like she snapped at me real quick because she had forgotten that I had no idea what was going on. And then I like didn't want to touch my phone because I was like, well, I'm just not going to do that because blah, blah, blah. But then, lucky for me, I had family around me that was, pushing me to do my OT, my occupational therapy, my, remember the things I needed to remember, do the things I needed to do. And I got back on it. But imagine if I didn't have the forces around me, the forces that be, my family, to be like, oh, no, you're gonna look at this, you're gonna try this, because it was safer. I didn't get snapped at when I wasn't looking at my phone. I didn't feel like I wasn't smart when I wasn't trying to work my phone. If I never would have worked my phone, you think I've been able to work this podcasting equipment, this TikTok? You think that would have happened ever? No. When I pushed through that discomfort, I realized that the only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I keep attempting to do it, keep giving it a shot. So here we are, right? Let's see. So if you have hope that you are going to get to wherever you are, or like you have this end goal, that's why I say write down your why, put it around, write it. I have my whole wall is, reasons I'm doing things and why. If you have those around, remember to look at those. Hope is saying, maybe this could be different. Like this is what it is right now. Can't walk, can't work my phone, but one day I'm gonna run. I ran. Right now I'm depending on disability. I'm depending on my family. I'm depending on my husband. I'm depending on whatever. But one day I'm gonna have a successful business. It's the hope that you have that you're gonna get to the next thing and the trust in yourself paired together that can take you literally anywhere. And if you have checks and balances around you, have those bumpers around you, which is like the people, your coaches, your family, your significant other, doctors that you actually trust and believe, those are the people that are going to keep you straight, right? Do you have a coach? Yep. Run and go to Hawaii. That's right. If y'all don't know the Hawaii story, come to my masterclass if you're here. But what happened was I was in the doctor's and they asked me where I was. I told them I was in Hawaii. And at that time, I was not able to walk. And about 3 years later, I was in Hawaii. So, I knew in my subconscious mind that I would be there. Okay, so the things that I've been learning over and over and over, because I just told you the Hawaii story, right? Uh, is that if you see it in your mind first, you can see it anywhere, right? It can happen. There was no way in this world that anyone believed me that I would end up in Hawaii. I was in the Bronx, New York, Montefiore Hospital, flat on my back for months in an ICU room. And they asked me, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm in Hawaii." Full confidence. Full confidence. I'm in Hawaii. I had a whole story. The people are running. I'm not sweating. They're sweating. Like all this stuff. And it made no sense to anyone but me. But I really felt that in my soul. Like I don't even remember how that came about, but I really believe that. And that's how you got to be, like, delusional, making no sense to anybody else. This is what's happening, right? And then recruit your team. And I need to tell you that it's not that I've rid myself, like I've never had the thought, what if I get sick again? I've been sick again during important times of my life where it's inopportune, okay? And like, who even can prepare for a big flare up during an important season of your life? And that's generally when they come because you're stressed, right? But a life without any stress at all is not a life. Everything atrophies if you don't use it. So that means your brain, your resilience, your, good ideas are gifted to you for a split second. You don't use them, they move on to someone else. And the graveyard is full of great ideas that never got used. I refuse. I refuse to be that. That's not going to be me. And I refuse to let you. If you are partnering with me, I refuse to let you. And with that also. So instead of asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what if I never try? What if I never give it a shot? What if the people who are meant to help never get the help because I stopped doing myself? Instead of asking, what if I disappoint people? Ask, what if I inspire someone to try? What if they see what I'm doing and think to themselves, maybe I can do that too? What if instead of perfection, we're thinking showing up? What about that? All these are questions to ask instead, okay? Like I said earlier, it's not never having the bad thought. It's how fast can you swap out that bad thought to encourage yourself, to encourage someone else, to go further than you feel like. Because what you feel and what you do don't have anything to do with each other. People don't feel like doing hard things, but they know that the more hard things you do, the better you're going to get, right? Right. These are facts. Without stress and up and down, we would learn nothing for real. Yes. Amen. Put yourself in an uncomfortable spot. Might learn something. I don't mean crazy stuff, but just minor things. Go out and do something. Might have fun. Start something new. Amen. See? Thanks, David. That's a great comment. Thank you so much. So, now I want to ask some questions. I haven't done this in a minute, I feel like. Ask 2 questions and I'm going to end this. Maybe 3 questions. Okay. So, have you ever talked yourself out of something because you were afraid that your illness would get in the way? And if you're not a chronic illness person, because I know people who watch this are not all chronic illness people, have you ever talked yourself out of doing something because you were afraid that something else would get in the way? Your family, your relationship, your job. Tell me a story in the comments, or like give me a quick comment about what has stopped you when, like, what made you talk yourself out of doing something. If it's chronic illness, definitely put that, please. Okay. Okay. So question number 2, what dream have you been putting off? Like, what is it that has been gifted you to keep running back? Like, oh, I really want to do this thing, but you just keep putting it off. Like, when the kids are older, when I'm 100% better, when whatever, I'm skinny, like any of the things, right? What is a dream that you've had that you keep putting off? And number 3, okay? If fear wasn't making the decision, what would you do? I asked that question with my clients, and the answers are crazy. If fear wasn't making the decision, if people say, if you knew you could not fail, what would you be doing? Like right now, you're listening to, watching my podcast, but you're on your private jet. Like, what would you be doing right now if fear was not making any of the decisions? Like, ooh, I love that. Okay, guys. I'm so sorry that I read that one comment because it was like a bigger one, but I'm seeing you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Sound off in the comments. Where are you tuning in from? Because some people were saying it because they're used to it, but I did not tell people to say it. So, hello, Florida. Hello, Oklahoma. Hello, Georgia. Hello. Hello, Hawaii. Hello. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to end this one. However, I want to make sure that you know, if you don't know, now you know. We have a masterclass. Making mountain climbs all over the world. Hey, do it. I love that for you. So we have a masterclass coming up. And if you have never been to one of my masterclasses, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is where community happens. Texas, what up, Texas? This is where transformation happens. In my From Illness to Brilliance masterclass, we're going to show you how to rebuild your health, your energy, your life, okay? And that is in mundane, everyday things that you do that you don't think matter anymore because you have a diagnosis now and you got to do what the doctors say. What if you have more choice in the matter, more control in the matter than you think? What if every time you take a spoonful of whatever you're eating, you are making a decision that's bringing you closer to health or the grave? What if? So please join me. Do I have the flyer? I don't even know if I have the flyer in here. I don't think I do, but it'll be the 28th of this month, July. That's coming up very soon. Watch my social medias because I will definitely have it everywhere. I have no idea why I don't have the flyer here. That's very funny. Do I? Is this it? Maybe. We'll see. No, it's the old flyer. Okay, it's fine. Yes. So be there or be rectangular. Oh, that's an old flyer. Disregard. My new flyer is way cuter than that, by the way. Is it gone? Somebody tell me if it's gone, because I can't tell. Yep. Cool. Hey, Bronx. Boogie down, as it were. So, y'all, I don't know. I'm gonna take some sound bites of this because I know I dropped a lot of knowledge on you over here, okay? And I understand. Yes, disregard. I will have the proper flyer up everywhere. I'll post it after this because I know people will be fixated on what they saw and not hear me. But, you know, you can just prepare for your future and not let fear make every decision. Okay? It's not up to fear what you do. Every time you do something in spite of fear, you grow as a human being. You grow as a loopy. You grow as a spoon. You grow indefinitely. The more uncomfortable, scary, weird things that you just throw yourself into and figure out how to get out of it. You've survived way too much to let little things like fear stop you. Like, there's nothing scarier than feeling like this is the last moment of my life. Like, making a big business decision will never feel like that. Like, I will never let that take control of me again. It might take some coaching and some, you know, like really focusing on doing it. But the declaration is the declaration. Like, I trust myself. I believe in myself. I am supported. I'm divine guided. I am heavily and heavenly protected. Like, I trust that for me. I trust that for you. And you guys have a happily healed, gorgeous day. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this comment? Speaking up at church about things that hold me back sometimes. But you do that wave that goes through you. That's natural. You're breaking that nervousness. I've been getting better at it. Congratulations, David. Go, David. We're proud of you. See, I believe in everyone that is here right now. If you are hearing my voice, like, you can do more than you think you can, and be healthier than you think you can, and have the life that is really meant for you to shine. No one's here to suffer long term. You're here to do your best, to be your best, to get the best. And you gotta decide what that is for you. So, y'all have a fantabulous day. Stay happily healed. I love you so much, and I'll see you next Monday. Follow the socials. We have a masterclass on the 28th. If you're not registered, stop playing. The link is everywhere. If you don't see the link, please inbox me. David, YouTube has the inbox now, so you can message me if you're looking for the link. The link is in the description box. So, y'all have a glorious day. Stay happily healed. Bye.